Welcome to my corner of the world, the Southern Lakes District of New Zealand. I'm Annabel and from my cabin on the shores of Lake Wanaka, I'll show you the simple pleasures of cooking fabulous food for family and friends. Today, I'm off crab fishing in the Abel Tasman National Park. We'll be out on the water, which will be hungry work, so I'm packing a picnic of frittata sandwiches and my sweet and tasty birdseed bar. Then, with our catch on board, it's back for a seaside celebration with friends. My menu begins with aromatic steamed mussels. Then it's my favourite alfresco meal, beachside paella with the freshest seafood you'll ever find. I'm serving that with a gorgeous watermelon avocado salad. And to finish, flambéed peaches from my garden back home. Good food, good company, and good times. Simple pleasures with the free-range cook. I've got a big day ahead, so I'm making an onion and herb frittata to take with me. It's a fantastic dish that you can make ahead of time for a picnic. I've left it quite late in the season to harvest my onions, and they're probably the most useful ingredient in my kitchen, so I want to get them in before they start growing again. And I want to get them really dry, and I put them in the cellar and they'll last right through to the beginning of spring. I'm going to turn these onions into a fabulous frittata. I'm going to start by heating 2 or 3 tablespoons of olive oil in a large heavy fry pan. And I'm going to finely slice 2 of my nice onions, add them to the pan and cook them over a medium heat until they're softened but not browned. It'll take about 8 or 10 minutes. While those onions are cooking, I boil 4 medium potatoes just for 5 minutes to partially cook them. You can use leftover potato if you want to. The potato needs to be slightly cooked or fully cooked. It can't be raw. In a mixing bowl, whisk together 8 eggs, a teaspoon of salt, and lots of grinds of black pepper. Once those potatoes are cool enough to handle, slice them thinly. Add the cooked onion and the sliced potatoes, along with 2 tablespoons of finely chopped parsley. You can use any other kind of herb you want, or you can leave the herbs out. In the same pan, I heat 2 tablespoons of olive oil, tip the mixture in, and start to cook it over a medium-low heat. Once it starts to set, leave it alone and cook it over a low heat just until it sets around the outside. It will take about 8 to 10 minutes. Then I just fire it under a heated grill to finish cooking. As well as being great in a sandwich, this makes a tasty meal served with a salad. My frittata's good to go, but I always like a sweet treat to finish lunch, and I've got a terrific recipe for a healthy and nutritious bar. These days, when you walk into the supermarket, there can be a whole aisle of muesli bars, and they're often really expensive and packed with sugar, but they're so easy to make at home. You start with some rolled oats, just a couple of cups. I've also got some sunflower seeds from the garden, and it's a real labour of love to actually hull them, but it's so satisfying knowing that you've grown your own. And really what this recipe is about ratios. I've got 2 cups of rolled oats, a cup of sunflower seeds, a cup of pumpkin seeds, and I'm going to add a cup of sesame seeds. Just mix those around with your hands and spread them out on the tray. These are going to go into the oven at 350 Fahrenheit for 15 minutes. While those are roasting, I'm going to make the glue that sticks the whole muesli bar together, the good bit. I need 4 ounces of butter. Now I add 6 tablespoons of golden syrup, or you could use honey instead. And since I'm working in tablespoons, I'm going to use 8 tablespoons or half a cup of raw sugar. And now for some peanut butter, 1/3 of a cup. Or if you're allergic to nuts, you can use sweetened condensed milk. It just helps bind it all together. You want to stir it as it heats so that the sugar doesn't catch. Once it comes to a simmer, I'm going to let it boil for 5 minutes, but at a very low heat. It's just really cooking it to that point where it is a hot caramel. This mixture just smells so fragrant. Toasted nuts and grains, it's such a wholesome smell. So now I'm going to add a cup of raisins into here. You could use dried apricots or cranberries or any other dried fruit. Mix them around. This is actually a great bar to take tramping because it's got all that energy of the seeds and the fruit. Now I'm just going to add my lovely hot caramel mixture. Stir it all together. And as it cools, it's going to become crunchy. Let's get this in the tin. Just press this out into the tin evenly. And just even now, it's starting to cool. It's starting to become firmer. So you do need to work quite quickly. Once you've pressed it into the tin, you need to put it into the fridge for about 3 or 4 hours to set fully, and then you can slice it into bars and store it in an airtight container, and it will keep fresh for several weeks. I love the fact that I can make this recipe using whatever nuts and grains that I have at hand. It's just so simple, and I end up with something that's really nutritious, and everybody loves it. With my picnic sorted, all I need to organise is tomorrow's dessert. I've got an old peach tree that's laden with red-fleshed fruit. They're perfect for poaching, and then I can flambe them on the beach. When you have so many peaches like this, it's great to be able to cook them and have them during the winter. Poaching is one of the best things you can do, and you just make a simple syrup by heating together 4 cups of water and 2 cups of sugar. Then I like to add some aromatics. A couple of strips of lemon peel cut with a potato peeler, 1 vanilla pod, 2 cinnamon sticks, and 3 or 4 star anise. Bring that up to a boil, stirring until the sugar is dissolved. While that's simmering, I prepare the peaches. I'm using about 10 small peaches. I cut them in half, take out the stones, and add them to the simmering syrup. I turn the heat up to bring the mixture back up to a boil, and then as soon as it's boiling, reduce it down to a low simmer. They'll take about 8 to 10 minutes to cook. These will keep in a bowl for a couple of weeks, but if you want to preserve them, just place the peaches into sterilised jars, pour the syrup over, and then put the lid on, screwing it as tightly as you can. Preserving fruit is one of my favourite things to do. They keep for months and are such a useful thing to have on hand all through the winter.